Okay, so in this video we are going to look upon how city render works in Velocity. To explore city render, you have to visit velocity.agentsofink.com. In here you can see city tools. Once you enter into city tools, you will see a lot of features which is available as in there. In this video, we are going to look how city render works. You have to click on city render, which is the first feature here. The moment you click on this, something related to Figma or a workspace will get open. You have to import your wireframe image. So I am going to click on browse, and for an example, I am going to import this image. So this is just a reference image, which is the wireframe taken from SketchUp. This is a screenshot directly taken from SketchUp. You can also use any real images or any images from 3ds Max or any images from which you are using the 3D modeling softwares. So the moment you import your images, you can zoom in, zoom out, you can enlarge it, scale down it. Along with it, you can import multiple images. So if I have to import multiple images, I will click on import again, and I can select any other image like this one, and I imported this image too. And I can place these images in wireframes. For an example, if I do have multiple images, maybe 5 or 10 images, I can put up all 5 images in this workspace, in this wireframe, and can render all of those files at single time without waiting for the GPU. So I am going to delete this specific image. Gonna open this one. So now as you can see, this image do have the wireframe, do have some plantations as in there, a road in there, and white color shade along with some textures in brick and stone format. We have the gates. The gates are not properly visible, which is not going to be an issue because system do understands how and where the gate needs to be provided and what should be the quality of that. Going ahead, the first step that you have already closed is importing the wireframe image, importing the image. The second step is to select the settings. Now coming from the settings, we have multiple settings in city renders. The first one is environment. So in environment, we have 4 or 5 features which you have to provide as in the input details. The first one is time of day. So the moment you click on time of day, you will see a lot of images and here like early morning, late morning, noon, afternoon, golden hour, sunset, dusk or twilight, night and blue hour. So according to your requirement, according to the render that you are desired to, you can select any of it. For me, I am selecting late morning. The moment you select any of the selection, it automatically gets collapsed. And I have to select the next settings, which is season. I have to select in which season I have to take this render. So for me, I'm going to take monsoon. We have multiple options like spring, summer, autumn, winter, dry season and monsoon. By the way, each and every season and settings do have appropriate images. So if you don't know how the image will look like or what exactly the season will look like after the render, you can also go through with the visuals, which is these images. So for my case, I am selecting monsoon. Then the third setting is weather. The moment I goes with weather, I can see I again have multiple selections, which is clear weather or partly cloudy or overcast gray, dramatic clouds, sunset gradient, twilight purple, starry night, moody storm clouds or hazy bright. For my case, because of we are going ahead with a monsoon season, I am going to select stormy clouds. So moody storm clouds I have selected. In weather, I did selected partly cloudy. In weather, I am going to change maybe partly cloudy, overcast, foggy mist, light rain, snowing and hazy to light rain. Because of this is going to be on the monsoon, I need a light rain to be happening in here. The moment you go ahead with sun angle, this is something professionals and advanced people do use. what should be the sun angle. If you don't know what should be the sun angle, keep it as default, keep it as auto match time. System will render as per the intelligence. But if you do want as in an advanced sense, then go ahead and select any selectables, which is front lit, which is the facing camera, backlit, which is behind the building, then side lit, which is sunlight from the left side, then side lit right, sunlight from the right side, top down, low horizon, and auto match. In my case, I'm going ahead with auto match time. So I've selected auto match. So the settings related to environment is something I have already provided in here. Now I have to select for the next settings, which is landscape. Now in landscape, the first option is how much the vegetation or the landscape you do require. So for me, either it can be none, minimal, moderate or lush. But as you can see in the wireframe itself, we have the plantation and trees and landscape in here. So we can't keep it none, otherwise it may hallucinate. Because of it is there in the wireframe, but we are mentioning that it should not be there. So for my case, as per the image, I am going ahead that I do want lush vegetation or landscape. Now what sort of trees is something that you are looking for? We have multiple selectables in here too. Either we can keep no trees, which is not going to be one of the option as per the wireframe image. Either when we can go for tropical palms, deciduous, evergreen conifer, Mediterranean cypress, Japanese maple, mixed native, desert cactus or ornamental hedges. Ornamental hedges are something which is just for the decorative pieces. But in my case, I am going ahead with deciduous. Because deciduous is something which looks like an evergreen forest. What should be the ground now? The next setting is how the ground is supposed to be. As of now, in wireframe image, we already have the road, the footpath and other stuff, what it exactly required for. But if in case your 3D model do not have the detailing or the ground models, then you need to select what should be the grounds to be. Either it can be grass lawn or the concrete or paved stone, brick pavers, gravel, asphalt, sandy, wooden deck, tile or mosaic, and natural dirt. So basically the earth color. Now in my case, I am going ahead with as per wireframe because in my wireframe, I have already modeled what exactly I do require for. If you do not have related to this, then select one of the selectables from ground. Going ahead, I do have the selection for what should the water look like. Water means in my wireframe, I do not have any sort of water body or any water elements. So I am going to keep it none. In case if you do have water elements like pool, fountain, pond, stream or infinity pool or wet ground, you can select out of this. Now because I am selecting monsoon season in this, I am going ahead with wet ground or a rainy season. In the context is something that what should the nearby looking of the model should be. If you do want urban cityscape, then you can select urban cityscape, and as you can see, it will look like that you are in the urban cityscape. You can go for suburban neighborhood, you can go for rural or countryside, you can go for coastal beachfront or either mountain hillside or either forest edge and desert. In my case, I am going ahead with forest edge. So the second settings, which is related to the landscape, trees, plantation, ground and context, is something which I have already fed into the system. Going ahead, the third option is materials. So if in case you do not have the materials in place in the wireframe, then you can select the materials out of this. But in my wireframe, as of now, I already have the materials embedded in the system. As you can see, I have the texture, the stone texture in here, the white shade in here, and rest of the stuff is already placed as per the requirement. But in case if you do not have, then you can go ahead with materials. Architectural styles do have already the materials, the selectables like tropical one, Scandinavian, brutalist, neoclassical, Japanese Zen or farmhouse rustic and a lot more. This is for architectural style, which you can also think about it like the theme. Going ahead, you have facade materials. So in facade materials, you can go with maybe red brick, grey brick, natural stone, metal panels and curtain and a lot more. Same way we have for roof material. In roof material, we do have flat concrete, clay tiles, slate tiles, metal standing seam, green roof, thatch, asphalt shingles, and glass. Then we can have for window style. In window style, you have to select as per the requirement. Either it can be floor to ceiling or it can be on the standard frames. So as per the wireframe and the model is required for, you can go ahead with that too. Same ways we can go ahead with the color palette. Color palette is something just in case if your model do not have any texture or any material or anything related to that, then you can select out of this. We do have a lot of selectables in here too. Going ahead, we have material age. What should the material age should be? We can provide some weather in it, we can provide some dirt in it as per the requirement the model is designed for. So as of now, I do not require anything related to that, so I can keep it as per wireframe. I'm not touching anything related to this. So now as you can see, in materials, which was my third setting, architectural style, facade material, roof material, window style, color palette, and material age. I'm keeping all of them as per wireframe because my wireframe already do have the materials which I am supposed to render for. And we do recommend, if you do not understand or provide any sort of material details in this panel, then better to provide all these details in the model itself, because the model can understand and can actually render it in PBR quality. The next feature is related to lighting. What should the lighting look like? In lighting, we have how the lighting mood should be. Either it can be warm, either it can be cool, dramatic, soft diffused, moody cinematic, high key, and low key. For my case, either I can go ahead with dramatic or moody cinematic. So I will go ahead with moody cinematic because I want a lot of rain, moody storm, and related to the monsoons thing. How should the shadow intensity should look like? You can reorder it. I want medium shadow intensity, so I'm keeping it as medium. What should the interior lights should look like? Either you can blow few in warm light, or either you can blow all of it. Then we have cool white all and mixed one. For my case, I am keeping warm, glow, all. Because of I understand in my monsoon it will be dull. There will not be a lot of light. So probably to keeping up the light, warm, all blue will be better for my model. What should be the exterior light should look like? Exterior lights, we do have multiple selectables and options like wall washers, pathway lights, facade spots, uplighting, full lit, bedroom lights, and other stuff. For my case, I'm going ahead with wall washers because as you can see, I do have some wall washers in here in my wireframe itself. So this was my fourth option related to lighting. I have provided what should be the mood, what should be the shadow intensity, what should be the interior lights, what should be the exterior lights, and all these details in here. The fifth option is something which we do recommend to not touch it because the camera angle is something to be touched upon. I am keeping as per the wireframe itself. So this was my wireframe and I am keeping it as it is. What should be the lens? If you are somebody who understands cinematography, motions, cameras, and graphics, then you can select lens out of it. We do recommend to not touch it, to keep it as it is. The depth of the field also, you can actually select out of this. Either it can be sharp, slight background blur, strong background blur, tilt shift blur. Then we have the props, basically the properties. How many people we do require? Either it can be crowded or either it can be few 2 to 3 people, 5 to 8 people or none. For my case, I'm keeping it none. Or maybe we can go ahead with few 2 to 3 people. In vehicles, we can have either none, 1 to 2 parked, street parked, and traffic. We do not require anything, so I'm keeping it as per wireframe. In outdoor furniture, we do have multiple options like none, a bench, patio set, pool lounge, and cafe set. For my case, as I can't see anything related to cafe set, pool lounge, a bench, or patio set, I'm keeping it as per wireframe, or either you can select it none. This is my properties for the output. I do want ultra high quality output. The render style should be photorealistic or architectural visualizations, editorial, documentation, sketch enhanced, watercolor. This is related to how the wireframe should look like after the render. In my case, I'm going ahead with photorealistic. Then after processing, the post-processing is something which system do from its own. Either you can keep it as it is, the photorealistic render with the color combinations and other stuffs, or either you can go ahead with Minute. warm grade, cool grade, HDR quality, cinematic or background white. Basically black and white. So I have kept all of this. The post processing is also something I am keeping it as none. I don't want the photorealistic render from the itself. So I have provided all the details related to environment, landscape, materials, lighting, camera angles and the lens properties along with the properties, then the output properties. So all the details I have fed it in the system. Now after this you just have to click on generate render. Select your image, put up all these details, click on generate render. So the moment you click on generate render, as you can see a loading bar will open up in here. This loading bar will take some time, so let's wait for a while till this gets rendered. This typically takes 2 to 3 minutes as per the quality that you are required for. So let's wait for that. So now as you can see, the image has been rendered and some pop-up is there related to 4K cinematic, and if you want to go ahead with the render video or floor plan or something related to that, then you can go ahead with this if you want to create a cinema for this. For me, I am clicking it as for cancel as I do not require this. Now as you can see, this was my image. This was my image and this is the output. So I did provided that I do want few people or interior light, warm glow. The textures, you can see the quality of the textures, the wall washers, the ground which is actually wet, and rainy season along with the plantation as DCTS and moody storm clouds. So this is how the detailing is working upon. Model 2 understands that this is what light it is and how to properly mention the wall washers in the system. So you can render interior renderings, exterior renderings and all other details according to this. You just have to select all of the details and have to provide the settings and click on generate render. If you want to download this image, you have to click on this and have to export PNG. So the moment you click on export PNG, this will get downloaded. And if you want to provide any sort of editing related to this, then you can go ahead with analyze elements, which is also available in city map feature, for which we are going to schedule a new video for that. In case if you didn't download this image, you do not have to worry about it, because all the images which you are actually generating is actually getting stored in my generation. Through here also you can download it. So I am clicking it on download, and as you can see, this is getting saved. Each and every image which is getting rendered from the system is getting stored in your my generations. So this is it for this video. This is how city render works. Wait for the next video. Bye bye.